All right, so we have some Lions news. The Detroit Lions have reportedly declined Jarrad Davis's fifth-year option. Jarrad Davis was a first-round pick back in the 2017 NFL Draft. He was picked at 21, and he never really lived up to that first-round hype. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's made some plays. He's good at some things, and he's very bad at others. I guess is a good way to put it. He gets a lot of tackles every season. He gets a couple sacks, he forces fumbles, he recovers fumbles. He's a good run stopping linebacker. But he cannot cover in space. He's never been good at it. He just really hasn't progressed a ton since his rookie season. And I just think that's part of the reason. I think in today's NFL, you have to be able to cover as a linebacker. You have to be able to cover those tight ends and running backs. And he's just, he's not very good at it. He's worked hard. He's, buys into Patricia's system. Patricia said that he likes Jarrad Davis a lot, but I just don't think that you can be a three-down linebacker and make, a lot, or be considered a top-tier linebacker if you cannot cover. But as I said, he's not very good at covering, but he is a good tackling linebacker. He is a good run support linebacker, which is probably the role he's going to play next season. In his first 3 years in Detroit, Jarrad Davis has had 258 tackles, 10 sacks, 5 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries, and 1 interception. He only missed 7 games in his 3-year career so far with the Lions, so he's relatively healthy every season. He misses a couple of games here and there, but for the most part, he's on the field contributing for the Lions. I don't know. I think that it was a good choice not to not resign. I think it was a good year not to pick up his 5th-year option just because he hasn't proven himself in coverage. If he can come out next year, have a very good season, maybe get a lot of more sacks, have that production really, rise, and then be even serviceable in coverage, or at least not a liability in the coverage, I think that he could probably get re-signed. He's very good on the blitz. He gets a lot of sacks out of, when we blitz our linebackers, and I think that with Patricia might use him more as that next season. I think he might put him in that Devon Kennard role where he's rushing the passer a little bit more versus dropping in coverage. He's a good football player. He's smart. He buys into Patricia's system. Patricia really likes him. It just isn't, he's not the greatest all-around linebacker. So I've kind of repeated myself a couple of times. There wasn't a whole lot of news for this, but I wanted to get it out there just because it was Lions news, and I figured you guys might want to know. That's all I really got for now. If anything else does happen, I'll make a video on it. I'll tell you guys. If not, I'll be putting out a video a little bit later on the tight end projection for the tight end room for the Detroit Lions. If you do enjoy the content, consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I appreciate everybody that does so, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.